your job.
Put the gun down before you kill someone.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello, and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newly Dads. And we are bringing you another fun-filled half-hour chat show where we discuss a movie that we watched. We are also recording in our house, so if you hear dog sounds or see dogs, that's what it is. And if you're listening to this, whatever, hello. Hello. Hopefully you can hear us fine. I hope my microphone's turned on. Yes, it is.
I'm sure it's on. I checked. We're good.
So if we say things about like, look at that or look at this, sorry if you're listening to us, but you can always check us out on YouTube.
Oh.
I would first stop at thenewlydeads.com. That way you can access all of our content.
All the content on set.
I cannot talk today.
All of it.
Content. Not content.
Content.
You can access all of our content as far as like we've got a blog, we've got YouTube shows that we post. Mm-hmm. We're on Tingler television.com, so you can check us out there, and that's probably what you're watching us on anyways. If you're here, hi. But if you're listening again, that's the best way to find all of the other stuff.
We also have dogs. We should add that to the blog.
Dog blog?
Or not to the blog, to the site. Info about the dogs.
We should.
People come to watch the dogs and probably not us. They just want to see
I like
dogs.
that. And then Mr. Newly Dead and us. I can't talk.
Us being the dogs and ourselves.
We also create art. So there is sometimes our art on there. And we're going to get a little bit better.
Content.
One of these days at selling some art if you're interested.
Eventually, yeah.
Stickers
we're just trying to get through
and whatnot. I think stickers.
Actual events that have been going on.
I like stickers.
And we're both sticker heads from way back. We've turned it into an art form even. There's art on our walls that we've created with stickers.
Yeah. So if you like stickers and you're afraid to use them, you can always create them into a piece of art. You can make a collage out of your stickers and then you can put it in a frame and it looks really cool.
And then it's there forever instead of in a book in the basement that your mom brought you from home that eventually will fall apart into dust because it was not made to be kept. Mm-hmm. We want them to be kept. Mm-hmm. But yes, I think that's a lovely idea. And prints. We like making prints. And
yes.
Like that.
And if this is your first time watching and you want to come chat with us.
Oh, yes.
Right? You can go to YouTube and check us out. I feel like the light is getting weird in here.
It just got a little darker. It's full ambiance.
That was weird. I think the clouds are moving. But yeah, you can, go on and talk to Mr. Newly Dad if it's 6:30 p.m.-ish Central Time.
Yep.
On Wednesday night.
Yep. And if you need the link to the page, just check our Facebook. I will put an update on usually sometime Monday or Tuesday. I'll include the YouTube link on there just in case you don't know where to go. And if it's available ahead of time, I'll throw that on there. But otherwise, I'll just put the general Tingler television link and just go to the Wednesday show. And typically it's live, so you can watch it with us as it happens. If not, check it out. It'll be up indefinitely after that, so you can go back and rewatch it as many times as you like.
Yep.
And
yeah.
So what are the 4 tenements of the show?
Okay, now that we're done with that housekeeping stuff.
The 4.
But if this is your first time watching, then we've got some criteria to watch our movies.
Yep.
So the first one is it needs to be under $5. It needs to be purchased or found in the wild, typically. And by wild, we're a little loose on that. Sometimes it's somebody gifts it to us. Sometimes we purchase it at like the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Salvation Army, Goodwill, wherever. Sometimes Beach Boy Toys. It's always fun to shout them out. They're actually in the process of moving their store, but hopefully
like 6 inches to the left.
Yeah, exactly. Literally in the same area, just next door or something like that.
I know exactly where they're going now that I think about it. I remember walking by the front door. But anyway.
Yeah. So they're moving their store over a little bit. So don't worry about it. This address that we're going to be putting up there, you'll find them.
Okay.
Are you putting? Yeah, I figured you put it up there. Yeah, you always do. And okay, so the movie needs to be thriller, sci-fi, horror genre. And it has to be something we have not seen before. This week is a little loose. We're playing a little loose with it.
Because we were fairly certain that we've not seen it, and I am now fairly certain that I have seen it, but I didn't remember exactly what happened at the end. So
brand new to your brain,
more or less,
ending.
my brain erases endings to movies.
My brain always I can't ever remember the ending of movies. That's why I have to take notes sometimes.
That's why I take notes here, so I can drive the bus when I need to, and you can drive the bus when you need to.
Brains are not for storing information. Brains are for creating ideas.
According to Ministry, a mind is a terrible thing to taste. I don't know. I've never tried one. I don't want to.
I like my quote better.
I do. I like yours.
I mean, I like
mine,
yours too.
But Al Jorgensen,
that is a good song. Or album.
Album.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
I don't think there's a song.
No.
It's the album title.
The album.
Sure.
I was like, that's not right. But yeah, this week we watched the movie Devil. This is a fairly popular-ish movie. It's produced by Mr. M. Night Shyamalan. I can't say it because I've said it too many times. M. Night Shyamalan.
He provided the content.
Yeah, he actually wrote it, but did not write the script.
Right, story by
Mr. Shyamalan, Mr. Night.
He likes to come up with ideas. I'm gonna say crumb up with
Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan. Yes.
Do you think he wants people to call him just like M. Night all the time?
That's what I feel like people call him most of the time.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times, probably growing up, people made fun of his last name. I mean, people made fun of my last name. I'm sure they did with yours plenty. So, But
his friends and family, or do you think they call him just Night?
I don't know. I don't actually know what his first name is. I've seen it, but I don't remember what it is now.
But you know what I mean?
They probably call him by his actual first name.
Think so?
Probably his family.
That's his
but then
stage name.
But then people that are in the business probably just call him M. Night. Is my guess. Or Night.
That's what I'm saying.
Night.
Night.
I don't know.
But the M is silent.
But if you know, drop us a line at contact@thenewlydads.com. Let us know. We'll look it up at some point.
Yeah.
Just for fun. Come on.
I did a lot of hand lettering on my note sheet this week. And
I haven't seen it yet.
I say it every single time. We never get any bites. No one ever wants me to make these into stickers, apparently. But
Right.
I feel like some of these could be stickers.
Here's what you need to do. You need to give me the file, and then I can put them up on the screen. Because that way people can see it. Because otherwise I don't have access to it. And they're just looking off of you holding it up, from a distance. True. And they're like, I don't know.
That's true.
But there will be some of those illustrative lettering things that will be made into stickers that are going to be at an event that we're going to be going to this weekend.
One.
But by the time you see this, it'll have already happened. So we may have some left over. So if you're interested in those, and maybe we'll throw those up here too.
Sasquatch hunters.
Then that way, get an idea. And those already exist here. But anyway, sorry. Synopsis.
Yes. Okay. So this is a popular movie. So bad things happen for a reason, it says. Trapped in an elevator high above Philadelphia, 5 people discover that the devil is among them, and no one can escape their fate. This chilling supernatural thriller from producer M. Night Shyamalan of The Sixth Sense and Signs will keep you on the edge of your seat all the way to a heart-stopping ending with a truly wicked twist. I like how your face ended there.
That was my wicked twist face.
That was your wicked twist. I like it. Okay.
So there absolutely is a trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it consists of, but there is a trailer. So before we actually roll in the real trailer that they'll watch, where's the other one coming from?
He's always under his breath, where's it coming from? For people who are listening to us on the podcast, I like to point in the direction of the trailer coming through, and it's usually like a travel trailer or a truck, some sort of trailer looking thing, and he always makes it look funky. So I think it's going to be coming out of Shaggy's head. Again,
you did that before. It's hard to do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe not. Because it seemed really tiny when you did that.
Well, because it's his head small.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to the size of a trailer.
That's true. Shaggy's sitting in between us now, just staring at me longingly because he is hungry.
He's our little boy. He's 3-ish.
Yes. He's my baby.
Anyway,
I think he's gonna be 4.
he will be here soon.
Yeah. Or maybe 5. We've had him for like 2 years.
It doesn't feel like that long.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be 5. I'm pretty sure he's already 4.
Anyway.
Anyways, going into a long tirade about our dog. It's coming from over by you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's black and white stripes.
Okay.
And there's a little demon on top of it.
Okay.
Dancing.
Okay.
It's making like a honky noise.
Okay.
I don't know. But whatever. Just try your best.
No, I love her indefinitely, forever and ever, unequivocally. But
Thanks. All right. Okay. Well,
some days it's harder than others to come up with ways to do these sorts of things, but it's always a challenge.
You can always draw it.
Not take too long.
Mm.
Anyway.
Okay. So we will be right back.
Don't you remember what your mama told you about girls?
I remember, Mama.
Hey, lady, you gotta sign in.
Do I look like such a threat?
Don't blame me. They got procedures.
I am the devil. You hold that?
Sorry.
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
Your new Satan! What? What's that? What's with the ball?
Oh, this is not good. Where's elevator 6 in inspection mode?
Oh, come on, man.
What's happening?
Nothing, just relax.
No!
You can do it, Ozzy! Bite his freaking head off!
Right?
You're bleeding.
Oh my God.
It feels like something bit me.
Does anybody have anything sharp on them? They might have cut her.
No.
You mind if we search your pockets?
Yes, I do mind. You mind if we search yours?
What was that?
Something's jamming it.
It's stuck.
Don't come near me, any of you.
Back away from each other now!
Turn on the lights!
Any good Pokemon around here?
Speak of the devil, you look great.
Thanks, I got a treadmill desk!
Ah! Nobody's talking to you! Jesus!
You mean me?
We're back. Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't know.
All right, Joel, what you got?
So we always take notes, and I always draw pictures and write notes, so I have a direction in which to drive the bus. Laura sometimes takes notes, and lately she's been doing them more consistently and doing her illustrative lettering along with sometimes pictures. But on my notes this week, I already showed you these yesterday. They don't know that. But
Oh, cute. Oh,
I
yeah.
drew a little devil guy just because. You know,
The elevator.
and then the elevator, which I just decided to start drawing an elevator, and you can't see it, but well, then the background will cover it up. But it's an elevator that has blood coming out of the bottom, kind of like The Shining, but
Yeah.
less bloody.
Just like a pool of blood.
Just like a little bit.
Not
just
like a
to
river.
indicate that there was murder,
Ocean.
or death, or something inside.
It wasn't like an ocean of blood.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep
about you?
going.
No, that was it. That's all I drew.
No, you've got notes.
I do,
You're
but
supposed to
aren't
read.
you going to show me what you
No.
did?
And then you can see what I.
Oh, I don't want to see that. I just want to see the.
I drew a
that's why I cover
little.
up
I drew a
the
little
bottom.
guy that says, "Hey, it's me, the devil."
Oh, I know where that came
I
from.
don't think they can see
Kid.
this.
No, like I said, if you want to give me a thing, I can
Yeah,
it later.
I drew a big thing that says the devil.
Yep. And look at you doing the dotty dot thing.
Yeah, you like that?
I love those dotty dot things.
Yeah, and I drew a little shadow behind it. You like the little shadow behind the good cast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
And
it was a good cast.
Wait, what's that say? There's always what? Money in the
There's
bank
always
stand?
a twist.
And
And this says stabby, hangy, kill, kill.
yeah,
And then
give away some of what
murder
happens
mystery.
in the film. See, her notes are just like big art pieces. Mine are like lots and lots of little tiny like.
He writes a lot of words, and I just drew like some things so I can be like, oh yeah.
That way we know what to talk about. Anyway, we're
Yeah.
going off on another tangent. So Devil is from 2010. It's currently sitting at 6.3 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database. Our friend online. This was directed by John Eric Dowdle. Dowdle. Dowdle? Dowdle.
Dowdle.
Who's done a few movies you may have heard of, including Quarantine, the remake of Wreck that starred Jennifer Carpenter, which actually was a pretty spot on remake. It was not a lot of variation from the original film, the original series, all four of them are excellent. But the remake, I liked the two that they ended up making, and that was no exception. Anyway, he also did As Above, So Below, which I know we've talked about.
That I have not seen.
You have?
I have seen.
Yeah, with the found footage movie where they go to hell basically under Paris, more or less. I don't know if it's what's real and what isn't. It's kind of trippy. And the Poughkeepsie tapes, which I've seen, but I don't know if you've seen, which is another found footage movie, which is kind of notorious as being a pretty like hard to watch movie.
Is that the one that you have on the shelf?
People, it's not on the shelf. I don't own it.
There's another one that you had that's like found footage that was like over there that you were like, yeah. Anyways,
I'm a found footage guy. But it's an early adapter to the genre, like shortly after Blair Witch, and a lot of people, it's on their list of like some of the best of the best. So if you've never seen it, yeah. This was written by Brian Nelson. The script was, who is known for Hard Candy, which is another hard film to watch. It stars Elliot Page and what's his name from all the movies that The Conjuring and all those.
Oh yeah,
not The Conjuring. Insidious. Yeah. Can't think of his name all of a sudden. He was in The Watchmen.
Keep going, Joel.
Oh man, it's gonna bug me. Anyway, those two are in the movie, and it's tour de force.
Not from The Conjuring.
Well, what one was the one with Lorraine and Ed Warren? Were they in
He's the main guy.
Yeah, he played Ed Warren. I can't think of his name all of a
I
sudden.
can see his face though.
I keep wanting to say Bradley Cooper, and that's not.
No, see, he like I always get him mixed up with Batman voice.
Kevin Conroy?
No, the Batman voice. Like the bat. See, now I'm doing
Will Arnett?
it. Yes, Will Arnett. I always get him and
which is a weird thing. They don't look alike.
They do a little. They've got a vibe. They have a vibe.
Brian Nelson also wrote 30 Days of Night, which I've only seen once. Never saw the sequel. And he did 2 episodes of Altered Carbon, which is a fantastic show starring Joel Kinnaman. That if you've never seen it, go watch it on Netflix. The story was written by M. Night Shyamalan, who you may know for Wide Awake, the Rosie O'Donnell film, Stuart Little, the animated mouse film that interweaves real live action that I believe is voiced by Michael J. Fox, if I remember correctly, and Praying with Anger, which I don't know how many people have actually seen that film. You notice I went for all of his more obscure titles instead of the easy ones. Not the low-hanging fruit for this guy.
No.
Not this guy. And this stars one Chris Messina, who was in Birds of Prey, the very underrated DC movie. Air, the movie all about Air Jordans, which if you've not seen it, it's pretty entertaining.
And 6 feet
The Boogeyman, which we just watched not that long ago, which was, it's okay. And Away We Go, which was John Krasinski and Maya Rudolph. Very good film. And yes, and he was on like 6 episodes of 6 Feet Under.
6 feet under.
Which is one of our favorite shows. This also stars Logan Marshall Green, who was in. What movie was in?
Oh, the one you were talking about. You're like, that's my favorite movie.
You always say it funny.
I do?
Yeah.
You have to say it. Oh, Upgrade. Well, it's because, like, you know.
If you've never seen Upgrade, why? Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
He was in The Invitation, which is not what you expect. And man, that movie hit me twice in the testicles at the end. It was hard. It was good, but man, it caught me off guard. Prometheus, which I like all the Alien films, including the peripheral stuff. I know a lot of people poop on that movie. I think it's great. And he had a very small role in Spider-Man: Homecoming, which is also a fantastic superhero movie. And finally, Jenny O'Hara, who was in Extract, which is the other Mike Judge film that people don't seem to talk about a lot. Matchstick Men. I put that on there just for you.
Love. Oh, she was in that?
Yep. The old lady.
Oh, yes.
Wishmaster, which
my brother loves Wishmaster.
I got him the set, you got him the set because I got the set, and I'm like, you should get him the set. And then now we both have the set of films, all 4 of them.
He loves it.
And Mystic River, which I've seen once and don't remember a thing about it other than that it's a murder mystery with Sean Penn.
Also, the person that you were trying to think of earlier was Patrick Wilson.
Thank you. He played Night Owl in The Watchmen and Ed Warren and a bunch of other
But he
stuff.
wasn't in this movie.
What? No. I just was trying to think of it because he was the other actor in Hard Candy with Elliot Page. Elliot Page played the child who was being preyed upon by his character, who was an old dude that was creepy, and it did not go well for him, thankfully. If you've never seen it, it's on the shelf. It's excellent actor's film, but it is hard to watch, especially if you have kids. All right. So at this point, my wife turns to me and says, "Are you done now?" No.
What did you think?
Yes. And I have thoughts. She has thoughts. So it starts off with a mystery and elevator number 6. And of course,
it starts off with a suicide.
Right. There is somebody who dies by suicide.
That is important.
At the very beginning. And then that leads into the mystery of how did that person, or where did they die? Which then led into elevator 6 being stuck and nobody can figure out why. And things happen.
There's like some narration that's going on in the beginning, and it talks about when the devil comes.
I should have put that actor's name that does the narration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole time you're kind of like, who's the devil? And I'm like, it's Vicky Valancourt. If they just would have seen the movie, they could have saved an hour and 20 minutes.
Totally.
Because it would have just been like, you, come on. And Kathy Bates would have been like,
hopefully you've seen The Water Boy. If you haven't,
you should. It's funny.
Yeah.
I did realize about like 10 minutes in that I'd seen it already, but I didn't remember a lot of the plot points, any of the beats in the film. I just remembered a couple of things that I didn't mention because I didn't want to spoil it. It's because we were watching it with my youngest, and I couldn't remember the ending.
No, but we all guessed who it was.
Yeah, pretty early on. It's not really telegraphed per se, but if you've seen enough horror movies, you kind of know what I'm going to use the phrase low-hanging fruit is.
And we're not going to ruin it for you.
No.
I don't like ruined twisty movies,
I felt like this film played on the fear of tight spaces, being trapped, Satan, if you're scared of Satan, and kind of fear of the unknown with strangers.
Are you afraid of Satan?
Are you afraid of Satan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did write. That was actually the next thing I wrote was where's the church lady? She could have provided some useful information.
From the devil. Satan.
Satan.
Yeah. Satan.
A little Dana Carvey action there. It was very short. It was only an hour and 20 minutes long, but it seemed like a lot happens in that amount of time.
Yeah.
To me. Like I felt like they shoved a lot into a very short amount of time, but it didn't feel rushed and it didn't feel overly packed.
It definitely felt like a typical M. Night Shyamalan. I cannot say his name today. Shyamalan. I almost said it right. I just got like a weird, yeah, M. Night Shyamalan movie. Because like I said, there's always a twist, Yeah.
Which that's kind of what he got known for. And then eventually it became like
a cliche.
Yeah. Like
where's the twist? Where's the twist? Yeah. You're just like waiting for it. But I'm okay with that.
I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, it's got to be tricky for him though.
It's fun I know. Well, and it's fun to kind of be like, okay, what's the twist? Oh, that's going to be the twist.
Because he always said he wanted to be like Hitchcock. And so he's always got a little bit real part in his movie. He always wants to have a mystery and kind of sometimes horror, sometimes, a little bit
sci-fi,
he
kind
did
of fantasy,
sci-fi.
fantasy.
Yeah. Then he did like
Shape of Water. No, he
Girl
didn't do
in the-
Shape of
the
Water.
girl-
That's the one I was thinking of. The Girl in the Fountain or whatever. What's it called?
the girl in the. Oh, now you got me. The pool.
Girl in the
Oh.
Water? No.
The girl in the swimming pool. It's on the shelf.
The girl in the like something like fountain or something like that. Anyways, Joel, this is gonna be a long episode.
I'm gonna put it here. Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water.
And then there's things like
I was way off. I
The
know, it
one
wasn't the
with-
Shape of. I know who does the Shape of
that's
Water.
like the period piece that takes place back in the olden times. There's a monster that's attacking all the village that people ruined the hell out of, and that movie would have been so much better
The
if you
Village?
didn't know the ending. Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you didn't already know the ending.
Oh, did you get it ruined for you?
Of course. Yeah, so
That
I
makes me
waited so long to
sad.
watch it because I was like, it's
I
ruined.
liked it.
And I still liked it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of his work.
A lot of people don't like The Village, but I liked.
I
I
think it's
dug.
because it goes ruined.
It wasn't ruined for me. I don't
think
know.
If you didn't, it's like seeing Blair Witch and you already know.
I think people were just like, "Oh my gosh, that's the twist." Like,
Another one.
stupid. Yeah, yeah. I also liked Signs. You know,
Like Signs.
I know we were way off of the devil.
We're just talking about M. Night Shyamalan at this
Yeah,
point.
but I'm just saying it. Like, if you like M. Night Shyamalan movies, like you'll like the devil
You'll enjoy it, even though it's
or just
you know,
devil. Sorry.
he wrote it and produced it, but I mean, you'll still appreciate it. I think.
Yeah. Devil Satan movies always creep me out, and I always get like weirded out. Like after we get done, we have to print out our notes and our printers in the basement, and like our basement is not scary by any means, but all basements still creep me out. It doesn't matter like if it's like finished or not finished. Just going underground into something always creeps me out for whatever reason.
My basement is the one here. Is the one I've never really been.
Yeah,
problem with.
right. And it doesn't matter to me. Like any basement always creeps me out. And so luckily Shaggy went with me. He knew like
He's good about that.
Sometimes he doesn't like going like down the stairs and stuff. And like yesterday he was like not wanting to go down the stairs, but then he was like, but he wanted to follow me. So I was like, all right.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Um,
It creeped me out a little, is what I'm saying. I'm a little afraid of Satan's.
yeah. I thought it was interesting that the guy called one of the characters a twist, and then there was a twist. Not with her, but there was a twist. Anyway.
Oh, right.
I also felt like they definitely went with a Hitchcock style ending because it ended with kind of slow motion, the big music orchestral score kind of pulled in, and then they kind of pulled out, and the camera, kind of was going up.
Yeah.
And like I could see the credits rolling, like in, like a Hitchcock. It felt very Hitchcockian. Overall, it's a decent film. It's worth a watch. I don't know that it necessarily needs to be on the shelf per se.
I mean, if you're collecting M. Night Shyamalan movies, I would add it. Where did we get this one, by the way?
Thank you, Anne.
Sorry. Thanks, Anne.
Anne gave us a poop ton of movies, guys.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be saying that for a while to come still.
Thank you, Anne.
So just a heads up. But yeah. So anyway, any other thoughts on the film?
I don't think so. So out of twists, how many twists would you give it?
So I went with just a straight 3 out of 5.
Same.
Yeah. It's
3.
Is worth watching at least once. It actually held up upon second viewing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would recommend that if you've not seen it, take the time. It's an hour and 20 minutes of your life that you won't regret. I don't feel like if you like these kinds of films.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But if they don't want to watch this movie, but they want to watch a recommended movie by our fellow cinephile over here. Oh, look at that. Really? I called you a cinephile.
Oh.
Yes. Mr. Newly Dead. What should they watch?
Well, originally I was like, I should go with a film with a devil in disguise theory theme. And then I was like, no, that's too easy. So I went with the opposite. I went with a killer elevator movie, which there are far less of those. One of them being Hellevator, but that's not the one I chose because that has nothing to do with anything in there. But I went with the 1983's Dutch film, The Lift, which is about an elevator that kind of gets a mind of its own and starts murdering people. And not always, like it's picks and chooses who it wants to murder. But there was a thing in the mid 80s where there was killer building movies where like as things were starting to become more automated, they had buildings that would start to murder people. And there were several of them. Actually, one of I just watched not that long ago that I just picked up at one of my sales and one of my unboxing videos I talked about. But anyway, this is one that's kind of notorious for being one of the kind of early killer elevator movies. So there you go.
Awesome. All right. What are we watching next week?
There's nothing behind me. Do you remember why?
No. Is it a ITN week?
It is ITN week.
All right. That means I got to. The reason I said no is because I've got to come up with synopsis.
So Randy, thanks for providing us with the films at ITN Distribution. Good guy. So next week we are watching 2022's H.P. Lovecraft's Monster Portal.
Monster Portal.
Yep, like a portal for monsters
Lovecraft's
that H.P. Lovecraft
Monster Portal
created. And so that should give you a pretty good idea. And, you know.
And it's from 2022.
It is pretty brand new.
Monster Portal.
Yep, Lovecraft.
Have you seen what the cover looks like?
Yep.
Does it look like it's a time period piece, or is it
All
like
that's
new?
on the poster that I saw was there's a monster that looks Lovecraftian that is standing there, you know, doing the Yog-Sothoth type thing, and then that's it. And it says the title of the movie. That's all there is. There's no people on it at all.
There's no
monster.
people. You can't tell if it's a city or anything around him.
Just a green monster.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you ready for this?
Hit me with
I'm
your best
gonna
shot.
do my best. Okay. In 1985, Simon was playing a video game, and all of a sudden, he was playing his favorite monster video game, and all of a sudden, a portal opened up in his TV, and out came his best new friend out of the monster portal. His name is Shagalonius. Yeah, the end.
I'm going to call it now that I'm guessing you're probably 75% wrong.
Yeah, I know.
But I like where your head's at, and that's entertaining. So we'll find out next week after we've watched the film. We'll let you know.
Yep.
Well, we've already given all of our websites, all our contact information.
Again, newlydads.com.
Pretty much. Oh, there we go. Right there.
You gotta just, write it down or just come see us. All right. So thank you very much for watching. And until next week.
Keep it cheap and creepy.
Oh, wait, I'm pushing the wrong button.
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going?
I'm gonna finish this. Goodbye, Tom.
Yeah.